Plants vs Zombies is a silly franchise featuring several silly games, whether those be tower defense, third-person shooters, or even card games, and there's an eternal debate over which ones are the best, which ones are the worst, and which are the in-betweeners. Today I will rank them all on an objective basis. Content, quality, replayability, diversity, all factors in this list. I'm Golden Ninja Vlogspot, please hit the like button and please subscribe for more dumb rankings, I mean statistically correct rankings like this one. Bottom spot is Adventures. It's a discontinued Facebook game, the most toxic social media platform, which is a sin on its own, and it looks like a What is this? Number 7 is the original Plants vs Zombies. I know, shocker, but let's be real, it's incredibly bare bones, it's easy as and frankly, it's overrated. And don't give me that, oh the post-adventure stuff is good. Because iZombie, more like iCrappy, and on mobile platforms they force you to buy the minigames with coins. And they spam the game with ads. Also, you can't just replay any level you want in adventure mode. It might as well be pay to win at this point. 6th place is Plants vs Zombies 2. A disappointing sequel to a masterpiece. Well, only a marginal improvement, I say. Oh yeah, and a grindy, greedy, unbalanced game. Thank God for mods, am I right? The game used to be good, but I can't in good faith say the game is good anymore at all. It's been tarnished by how much they shove leveling, microtransactions, ads, and the shitty extracurricular game modes in your faces. I just want to play adventure with no pay to win crap, man. And now I can't even enjoy adventure because I know what's coming. 5th place is Garden Warfare 2. A critically acclaimed game, most would consider this the best PVZ shooter game. Ha 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 ha. Well, let me tell you something, brother. This game is heavily flawed, featuring the worst maps out of the shooters, is flagrantly pay to win due to the most broken character in the game being locked behind a paywall, and the second most broken character being available to purchase. The cosmetics look like a total arsewipe, and it's unbalanced as hell due to having over 100 variants, most of which are basically just the same as the stock character. Also, it has by far the most toxic fanbase that ruins it, and you may say it's unfair to judge a game on its fanbase, but to that I'll say, oh yes I can. Whether it's heads arguing about tier lists, script kiddies hacking on PC, or Zim abusing abortions, it severely hindered the experience. But hey, at least Time Parker's on this game, which makes up for the atrocities of Colosseum and Zombopolis. Number 4 is Plants vs Zombies Heroes. A card trading game? Why would PopCap create something so ludicrous? And yet, despite EA not being very in touch with the community, the game worked a treat, time for the second highest score on Metacritic, which is obviously the determining factor. And hey, it's a brand new concept that hadn't been done before. It allows players to play the plants and the zombies, and cosmetics from this game have appeared in both Plants vs Zombies 2 and Garden Warfare 2, so it must have done something right. Next, bronze spot goes for Garden Warfare 1. Talk about a risk that paid off. A Plants vs Zombies parody of Call of Duty sounds insane, but it really did work as it's a lot of fun, had the best maps out of the shooters, and a few interesting mechanics not seen in the sequels, such as only auto healing halfway, and of course, being able to respawn in the middle of a fight to prevent your opponent from getting the kill. Also, you level up by completing quests, which is way less grindy than in Garden Warfare 2 where it takes ages to rank up. Is it the best shooter though? Definitely not. Runner up is Battle for Neighbourville. As much as my Britishness will never approve of that spelling, this is without a doubt the best shooter game. No need for all those pointless variants, because as we all know, having more playable characters always hinders the quality and reduces the replay value. Instead, we get an upgrade system where you build your own variants. A worthy replacement that is far more balanced, with features such as the homing upgrade being enabled for pea shooter. It's a great sequel to GW2 that was unfairly crapped on by the community just because one of the most crucial features of its predecessor was removed, and also unfairly left high and dry by electronic farts less than a year after its release. And number 1 is Plants vs Zombies 3. Are you sick of the seed selection screen making it far too long to get into the levels? Do you dislike being able to retry levels infinitely and want a challenge? Are your fingers tired from scrolling around the map for too long? Well, we here at PopCap seek to make the interface as accessible as possible to the point your 5-year-old brother with 6 missing fingers can play this game. Dive into this bare bones edition where the map is replaced with a play button so you don't know what's ahead and you can't replay levels, but let's be honest, who would want to do that anyway? Time travel is a dated concept, so we return to square one. The player's house where Crazy Dave is now just Dave, and his sidekick is his niece that fans of Plants vs Zombies comics would recognise and probably entice them into the story mode. Embark on adventures with a ginger ninja to customise your garden with a whopping 3 options, and defend from Zomboss and his minion that shares his unfortunate name with a late 80s WWE wrestler. Also, there's just one lawnmower, and it has a character. Say hello to Mo. The gameplay now features some values in units, because we know that the average PVZ fan is too dumb to do maths. Various perks are added such as the gumball machine, but hey, at least they brought back the garden rake for those easily swayed by nostalgia. Take out simple zombies that walk like they're playing Dance Dance Revolution with OGP. The character that looks way too good for this game. The guy who looks slicker when he was static. One-eyed bastard. The grumpy face-sitter. Little Mac. OGP's angry blue cousin who completely outclasses him in every way, and is now transgender. The zappy little brat who now actually looks kind of cool. All filler, no killer. The Invisible Man. The guy who got revived after 15 years. Youngest Polt. And then witness your old faves relegated to power-ups. You a fan of jalapeno, chili pepper and most notably cherry bomb? Well, say goodbye to the good old C-packers of these guys because now they're part of the game's pay-to-win element. On top of that, Heroes players will be intrigued to hear that the Grapes of Wrath is back. As a random power that you can't control because we're letting autonomy take over, watch how the Grapes get spunked on that one basic zombie who has already reached his final degrade, instead of those 2 bugheads that are about to trigger Mo. Download now to see what a stripped down version of a popular tower defense game is, while reveling in the shame that you're playing a children's computer game where you plant vegetables in order to vanquish zombies that look like they could get killed by your granddad's bad breath.